Welcome everyone. In today's session, we'll explore how feedback impacts the strength and connection of a team, what we call team cohesion. When you give someone feedback, you're not just pointing out what's right or wrong. You're actually shaping how they feel about themselves, how they relate to their team, and how motivated they are to improve. Feedback creates a loop, a cycle, where people respond, grow, and then pass that energy on to others. When this loop is healthy, the team thrives. Let's see how we can intentionally build that loop to support both individual development and group success. Giving feedback can be one of the more challenging tasks for a manager. It's not always easy to know how to deliver it in a way that is helpful, respectful, and timely. In many cases, feedback is delayed or only provided when a problem arises. This leaves employees unsure about their performance and often makes them feel like their contributions aren't being recognized. But effective feedback, when given regularly and constructively, is incredibly valuable. It helps team members understand how they're performing, what areas might need adjustment, and where there are opportunities to grow. It's not just about pointing out what's wrong, it's about encouraging development and helping people feel seen and supported. When feedback is handled well, it becomes a key driver of performance, learning, and team growth. It helps shape a culture where individuals feel confident in what they're doing and motivated to do even better. Let's step back for a moment and think about why feedback matters so much. As humans, we all need to feel like we belong and that we're accepted by the people around us, our friends, families, even our colleagues. When someone at work recognizes your effort or appreciates your input, it gives you that sense of connection. A positive team environment where people feel safe, included, and encouraged can meet these deep psychological needs. Feedback helps make that happen. It reassures team members that they're on the right track, that they're respected, and that they have a meaningful place in the group. Encouraging feedback strengthens a person's emotional connection to the team. When you say, "Thanks for following up on that issue," or "You handled that situation really well," it's more than politeness, it's motivation. It tells people their actions matter and that their presence makes a difference. This kind of feedback leads to greater personal investment. When people feel seen and appreciated, they're more likely to give their best, and that benefits everyone. Beyond belonging, people also need to feel respected. We need to believe that what we do has value. And that's where feedback plays another vital role. When someone hears, "I respect how you handled that client call," it lifts their self-esteem. It creates a sense of worth that fuels ongoing contribution. Interestingly, this confidence tends to spread. When someone feels good about themselves, they're more likely to speak positively to others, creating a feedback loop that raises the morale of the whole team. Let's examine how we can utilize praise to enhance a team. It starts with being intentional, deciding what specific actions or behaviors you want to support. When you give praise, you're not just being polite. You're sending a signal to the team about what matters and what is valued. But praise doesn't have to wait for big achievements. In fact, some of the most meaningful recognition comes from noticing the small, everyday contributions that often go unnoticed, like helping a colleague, staying calm under pressure, or completing a task efficiently. These moments build the team's foundation and deserve to be acknowledged. The key is to make praise a habit. Saying thank you once in a while isn't enough to change culture. Instead, incorporate recognition into your everyday leadership. When team members see that good work is consistently acknowledged, they're more likely to keep doing it, and others will follow that example. To make praise more meaningful, it needs to be specific and tailored to the individual. Instead of just saying "good job," explain what exactly the person did well. For example, "Thanks for staying calm and composed during that challenging meeting. It helped the whole team stay focused." When praise highlights a clear action or outcome, it becomes far more powerful and memorable. Also, be neutral. Praise should reflect actual performance, not personal bias. Everyone should feel that recognition is fair and based on the quality of work, not on who's the most vocal or likable. And finally, make it personal. Tailoring praise to someone's unique contribution makes it stand out. A personalized message that acknowledges their distinct effort shows that you're paying attention and that you value them as an individual. Now let's talk about delivery and timing. Be prompt with your recognition. Praise that comes days or weeks after the achievement doesn't have the same impact. When you acknowledge someone's contribution soon after it happens, it feels more genuine and connected to the moment. Next, keep your feedback fresh. Don't fall into a routine where all praise sounds the same. Use a mix of approaches: a quick thank you in person, a note on a shared board, or a mention in a team meeting. The variety helps keep it engaging and sincere. And remember that not every achievement is equal. A major breakthrough might deserve public recognition, while a small but helpful act might just need a quiet thank you. Adjust the level of your praise to match the impact of the accomplishment. Many managers find it hard to deliver constructive feedback because they fear it might upset the person. As a result, they might avoid giving it altogether or focus only on positive comments. However, without constructive feedback, team members don't have the opportunity to grow in areas where they need improvement. Sometimes unhelpful feedback is given for the wrong reasons. Maybe the manager wants to prove they're right, point out errors, or show their superiority. But this kind of feedback usually misses the mark and doesn't support improvement. Effective constructive feedback must come from a place of support and clarity. It's not about highlighting flaws, it's about helping someone do better because you believe in their ability to grow. The goal should always be growth. It's about helping someone see where they can do better and showing that you believe they're capable of it. To give constructive feedback well, you need to plan. Think about why the feedback is important, when and where it should be delivered, and how to frame it constructively. When giving the feedback, your tone, body language, and word choice all matter. Be calm, direct, and respectful. Focus on facts and behaviors, not personal traits. For example, instead of saying you're careless, describe what happened and how it impacted the team. Share your observations and the effect they've had on others, the team, or the business. Add your own perspective, what you think and how you feel about the situation. And then be clear about what comes next. What needs to change? What should the person do differently? Make sure they understand what's expected and listen to their response. A feedback conversation should always be two-way. One approach that some managers use is the feedback sandwich, starting with a positive comment, then adding the area for improvement, and ending with another positive note. This method is designed to cushion criticism and maintain high morale. But if overused, it can become predictable. Team members may start to expect bad news every time you compliment them. Use the feedback sandwich wisely. Make sure the positive parts are genuine and not just there to soften the blow. If people trust your intentions and know you give feedback to help, they'll be more receptive, even when the message is difficult. As a leader, you need to recognize both the team as a whole and the individuals within it. There's no one-size-fits-all. Praise the team when a project has been a collective effort, when most members have contributed and you want to build or maintain team spirit. But don't hesitate to praise individuals when their personal efforts stand out. Ignoring individual achievement can make people feel invisible. Balance is key. A good leader knows when to speak to the group and when to acknowledge the person. Let's take a closer look at how performance feedback works best. According to Sacker, there are 9 quality standards that can guide us in making feedback meaningful and effective. The first standard reminds us that feedback needs to come from someone credible, typically the team leader. This ensures it's taken seriously and feels relevant. The second point is about relevance. Feedback must connect directly to the team and their current goals. We then shift focus to collective performance. Rather than pointing out individual errors, we look at how the team is performing as a whole. This encourages collaboration instead of blame. Timing is key. If feedback is delayed, its impact weakens. That's why it's important to give it frequently enough to catch problems early, and to do it soon after the event has occurred. This makes the feedback more connected to real situations and easier to act on. Now, let's explore the final 4 quality standards. Feedback should be aligned with team goals. Don't just comment for the sake of it. Make sure it helps the team move toward what they're trying to achieve. Next, compare current performance to previous performance or to a known benchmark. This creates a clear picture of whether the team is improving, staying the same, or slipping behind. Make performance feedback visible. That might mean charts, graphs, or simple progress updates posted in the team's shared space. This helps keep performance top of mind. And finally, ensure the feedback is easy to understand. If it's buried in jargon or too abstract, people won't be able to act on it. Keep it simple, clear, and actionable. When all these standards are in place, feedback becomes more than just words. It becomes a practical tool for guiding team progress and success. That brings us to the end of today's session on team cohesion and feedback loops. We've looked at why feedback matters not just for performance but for building trust, confidence, and a sense of belonging in your team. We explore the importance of giving praise, delivering constructive feedback effectively, using techniques like the feedback sandwich thoughtfully, and recognizing both individual and group contributions. And finally, we examined how performance-linked feedback, done the right way, can create clarity, drive improvement, and help teams stay focused on shared goals. As you move forward, remember this: feedback is not a one-time event. It's an ongoing conversation. When done well, it builds a workplace where people feel motivated, supported, and ready to grow. Thank you for your attention and thoughtful participation. Keep practicing, stay consistent, and trust the process. Your team will thank you for it.